Well, the Blue Jays lose a heartbreaker 5-3 to the Cleveland Guardians. They fall to 16-17, back under 500 on the year. There were a couple contributing factors. First of all, the offense just not capitalizing with their opportunities. Tons of great scoring chances in this one and unable to really come through with much. And then the bullpen that has been so good for us, especially these particular pitchers. Just unable to get it done tonight, a little bit overworked, didn't look their sharpest, and you know what? Sometimes you're just due for a bad game. Sometimes the stuff just isn't there, and for how good they've been, you know what? Stuff happens. So let's get into the recap, but first, drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the content. It really helps us get out there. Also, watching the entire videos helps the algorithm push us out there, so I greatly appreciate the support to everyone. Top of first inning, Kevin Gausman pitching for the Blue Jays, and he pitched an absolute gem tonight. He has a clean inning. Out there for the Guardians is Gavin Williams. Amazing stuff. If you're not familiar with him, he's touching 99 to 100 in a lot of cases, and he's got a wipeout sweeper. He's got some really nice pitches to him. He hasn't had the best season so far, but really, really overpowering stuff, and we had some really good at-bats against him, although we were unable to capitalize on it. Bo Bichette comes up to lead off the bottom of the first. First pitch swinging, turns on an inside fastball, and ropes it out and gone to left field. I'm a little bit curious about this one because obviously Bo was sitting with he had the game plan to come in and swing at this first pitch, and it probably didn't matter where it was. He was taking a full-on hack at it. And you know what? He kind of guessed right. He was sitting fastball and got it. It was not a particularly good pitch. It was in on his hands. And normally when Bo Bichette gets this pitch, he hits it inside out to right field. So it was really interesting to see the adjustment there and that he was very deliberately trying to get his hands in and pull this ball. So really good to see out of him, and I'm wondering if this is a sign we're going to see moving forward. A little bit more of a deliberate approach to pull the ball to left, and that would be a good thing for home runs, even if it does take a few ticks off of his batting average potentially. So yeah, that got us out 1-0. Guerrero Jr. then struck out. He had a good at-bat though. Santander singles to right. Springer doubles to right. Santander moves up to third. So you got second and third with one out. And then Varsho and Barger both strike out swinging. So it ends the inning 1-0. And that was the common trend here for at least the first 4 innings going off of my memory. We'll see if it was even longer than that. But tons of base traffic and just unable to push anything across. Gausman was cruising, but then we come out in the second inning. Bottom of 2, Nathan Lucas walks. Gavin Williams is then pitching to Tyler Heineman. Lucas gets caught stealing. It was a close play, but he was out, so that was a little bit tough. I think that they were guessing, his breaking ball had been low and in the dirt a lot. And I think they were just trying to get a guess there and get into scoring position. It backfired. But anyways, Jimenez then singles to right field. Heineman struck out, then Jimenez singles to right field, so you've got the 2 out and 1 on. Bichette walks, so you've got 2 guys on, 2 out, and then Guerrero Jr. strikes out swinging. He had a 100-mile-an-hour fastball up and away right on the corner, probably a little bit up and out of the zone, actually. But yeah, so you're leaving another 2 on for Vladdy Guerrero Jr. there and unable to capitalize. So still 1-0, we're still doing all right. Gausman's still cruising. Then in the bottom of the third, again, Santander doubles to right to lead us off. Springer singles to center. First and third. So first and third, none out. Varsho strikes out. Barger walks. Bases loaded. 1 out. Lucas walks, scoring the run. Fantastic at-bats here by Barger and Lucas against 100 miles an hour. They were taking close pitches. They were laying off the breaking stuff. Fantastic stuff by both of them there to ultimately walk the bases loaded and get the run in, making it 2-0 Blue Jays. Tyler Heineman then strikes out swinging with the bases loaded, and Jimenez pops out to third base. So again, bases loaded, 1 out, only able to get the 1 across through the walk. It's 2-0 Blue Jays. Bottom of 4, so now the 4th consecutive inning. Bichette gets on to first base. He struck out at a curveball in the dirt, ends up running it out and getting on base. Then he's picked off. So you got the first guy on. You think you're going to build something again in this 4th inning. Picked off. Guerrero Jr. then singles on a little flare into center field out behind the second baseman. And that was some good luck. So you kind of end up where you probably should have anyways with the runner on first and 1 out. Had Bichette not been picked off, had he not been picked off, because it was a cheap hit. We'll take it, but it was definitely cheap. Santander walks, Guerrero moves up to second base, Springer strikes out, Varsho grounds out. So again, first and second with the Santander walk, 1 out. Springer strikes out, Varsho grounds out. So that's the 4th straight inning that we've had guys on base and just unable to push more across. Gausman again, still cruising in the 5th. He's just going 3 up, 3 down, 3 up, 3 down. It's 2-0 Jays. Bottom of 5, the Jays get through again. A leadoff double. Ernie Clement came in to hit for Barger against the lefty Allard. And Clement doubles to left. Straw then comes in to hit for Lucas, flies out to center, but Clement moves up to third. So good job by Miles Straw hitting the deep fly ball to move Clement up. And then Heineman hits a sac fly to center field. It wasn't that deep, but it was enough to get the speedy Ernie Clement in. Jimenez then flies out to center, but you know what? You get the first guy on, you move him over, you get him in. Good baseball, gets us the 3-0 lead. Moving into the 6th inning, you're feeling pretty good about it at that point. Gosman still cruising. Again, 3 up, 3 down through the 6th. And then Fluharty comes in for us for the 7th. It was Allard that got through the 6th for Cleveland, clean. Then we had Fluharty come in, go 3 up, 3 down. Fluharty's looked amazing. I'm feeling really redeemed, I guess would be the word I would say, for all of my defense of Fluharty over the last several weeks, where I've been defending the choices to bring him in tight games when everyone's been pulling their hair out and going crazy. He's done nothing but produce for us. He's been fantastic every outing, and I still maintain that it's just because he doesn't throw 100 miles an hour that people have that perception of him. They see 90 on the gun and it just isn't sexy, so they don't like it. But he's been absolutely nails for us so far. Just great stuff to see. Then in the 8th, Schneemann, I hope I'm saying that right. Chad Green comes into pitch and Schneemann takes him to right. Remember that name because this is the top of the 8th inning and he makes it 3-1 with a home run. Chad Green settles down and strikes the next 3 guys out, maintaining the 3-1 lead. Allard's still pitching for Cleveland, still cruising, keeping it 3-1. And then in the top of the 9th, all those missed opportunities, all those base runners comes back to bite us. Yimi Garcia comes in for the save as Jeff Hoffman was really overworked yesterday, and then he pitched the 2 innings, I think 2 days before that. So he had quite a bit of workload over the last 3 or 4 days. So Yimi Garcia comes in to save. He hasn't let up a run this year. Stephen Kwan has a good at-bat, ends up singling to right field. Jones then strikes out. Santana walks, so you've got first and second, 1 out. Manzardo strikes out swinging, so he gets the 2 outs. And you know what? If you got 2 outs, 2 on, you like your odds with Yimi Garcia here. He walks Naylor, and then Schneemann hits a grand slam. So not only does he get the solo shot in the top of the 8th, he comes out in the top of the 9th and hits a grand slam, single-handedly downing the Blue Jays, making it 5-3 before Wyrod comes in and gets Martinez to strike out looking. Emmanuel Clase comes in to pitch the bottom of the 9th for the Guardians, and he gets us to go 3 up, 3 down as Bichette grounds out, Guerrero grounds out, and Santander pops out. So you had your right 3 on. I thought maybe we could mount something there based on how good those guys have looked recently. I thought maybe, one of them gets on base somehow, and then you run into one, you can tie it up. But it wasn't in the cards. It's a tough loss. It's definitely tough to swallow, but it's one of those things where this is baseball. You know what I mean? The guy with the 0 ERA comes in and gives up the grand slam. You rode your horses, maybe a little bit too far, but it's the guys you're paying to do that job. So you live and die by the, in this case, the Yimi Garcias and the Jeff Hoffmans. They are your guys. Let's flip over to the box score just to see if I'm missing anything here. So Bo Bichette 1 for 4 with the home run. Vladdy Guerrero went 1 for 5 with 2 strikeouts. Santander, 2 for 4. He looked pretty good today. Springer, same deal, 2 for 4. Dalton Varsho had a rough one at the dish. He was having a really hard time with that fastball curveball mix early in the game from Gavin Williams, as he was getting 100 miles an hour high and then the curveballs in the dirt, and he just couldn't lay off very well. He had a couple decent at-bats, but it was a tough matchup for him. He did not match up against this pitcher at all very well. Barger only had the 1 at-bat and 1 walk. So he counts as 1 at-bat. He ends up with a walk and a strikeout. Ernie Clement came in to hit for him, got the double down the line. That was probably the right call there. Good move. They ended up pitching Allard for the rest of the game. And Ernie Clement made an amazing snag on a tough liner, too, to third base. So I like that move. Nathan Lucas didn't get much done, really. He had 2 walks, but other than that, the walk with the bases loaded was a very good at-bat, but he didn't get any hits. Miles Straw came in for him. And you know what? He did his job. He got the sac fly and all that. So not much you can say about these role players. They've all been doing their roles really well. They've been swapping in and out. They've been performing when they're supposed to perform. And the bench spots and these guys that are doing the platoon work have been really solid for us. So no real criticisms there. Andres Jimenez came out and went 1 for 4. He's looking a little bit better than he had the last few weeks. He, for a while there, was swinging a real noodle bat, but he's at least putting together a couple decent at-bats, and he is making a bit of hard contact. So hopefully this is him kind of averaging out to where he's going to be. He's not the power hitter that he started the year as. He's not the complete wet noodle bat that he was the last few weeks. He's going to be hopefully somewhere in the low to mid 200s, hit the odd double, steal some bases, because he did steal a base in this one as well. I forgot to mention that. So as long as he's productive when he's on the bases and he's not a complete liability, but he is going to have to step it up from where he's been these last few weeks. Doubles by Springer, Santander, and Clement. And then on the pitching side of things, Kevin Gausman, 6 innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. Flaherty, 1 inning pitched, 1 K. Green, 1 inning pitched, led up the home run, but had 3 strikeouts. Yimi Garcia had the rough one, the 2 hits, the 2 walks, the 4 earned runs. Not what you want to see, 32 pitches. He'll get tomorrow off, then he'll get an off day off, so he'll have 2 days to kind of rest and recover from this and be ready to go for the next series. Y-Rod came in, did mop up, got the strikeout, just exactly what you need out of him. Great work. I want to see what it was there. So we left 9 on base. It felt like we left about 1,000 on base, if I'm being honest. We were 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position, and this was the difference between this game and the last few, is just getting 1 or 2 extra clutch hits here and there. Those timely hits that we were getting, we just didn't get today, and it ultimately came back to bite us at the end. So, yeah, Blue Jays lose 5-3, drop under 500 on the year. Let's rebound and get another one tomorrow. There's no sense dwelling on a game like this. Let me know what you guys thought. Did you watch the game? Leave your comments below, all right? We'll talk to you later.